Well, thanks everyone for coming back. I appreciate it. And I'm ready to get some paint on my road here. But I need to clean it up first a little bit. I want to knock off the edges. Get some ridges on it, that sort of thing. Not too bad. But I do want to make sure to blend it in well everywhere. Alright, I'm just going to vacuum that up and I'll be right back. Alright, now that that's cleaned up, let's get on to painting this road so we can move on to some better stuff, or more interesting stuff anyway. If you remember, I did have to get another bottle of Mars Black. That's what I use. I'm wishing now that I had replaced this with one of my crossings. I never did like these. But maybe somewhere down the road I'll rip it out and do it again. here we go. Let's let that set up and see what else we can do. And I just received another exciting addition to my locomotive stock. Canadian Pacific. One of the locomotives that used to run in our area. Been waiting to get one of these. So let's do some unveiling here. Oh, nice. Katy couplers up front. And rear, of course. Nice. Bumpers. Does anybody else read up on their locomotives before they run them on the track? Well, I'm going to look through this just in case. I'll get back to you. Yep, same old, which is a good idea. Never use sandpaper, steel wool, or liquids that are not safe to clean plastic with. And do not oil the wheels or axles of the locomotive. Definitely. All right, let's put this thing on there and see how she goes. Forward. Nice. Reverse. Slow, slow. That's the problem with this controller. Let me show you this. This is an old controller that I'm using. I have a new one on the way. It's an old Tyco. It's got to be 100 years old. But you can't really go on slow. It comes on and it goes. I need it to go slower than that. So I have a new transformer on the way. When I get that, we'll hook it up and see what she does. So we're ready to fill in this area with some greenery. I can't do this area yet, even though I'm going to put my fire department here. I have another building coming that I got to figure out what exactly where this goes before I put any greenery down. We're going to do this area right now. So let's get started with that. I'm going to cover up this track. That piece is no good. remove that now. That's glued down. So I had a really good comment the other day on using this rubber tape to do my curves with, that it would help if I used a hairdryer to put this down with, melt the tape a little bit, give me a little better curvature, or a little better adherence anyway. Problem is, I don't have a hairdryer, so I'll have to suffer with doing it this way for now. That's a good idea though, so I'm going to find some kind of substitute for that. By the way, if anybody else has any brilliant ideas like that or anything, let me know. Leave a comment. Could sure use it. I love learning new stuff or how to do something different. And I watch quite a bit of guys on YouTube doing this, but I just don't have the steady hands to do what they do. Some of that stuff is pretty amazing. But I did get another good idea about glue application. And I've ordered a specific glue applicator. And I'm anxious to see what that looks like when that comes. Because the spray that I have is just hard to spray glue. But we'll see what that does. I'm looking forward to having something a little better. I also had a comment from my grandson the other day. Says he wants me to talk more in the videos. Well, I don't really know what else to say. I think most of you guys know how to do this better than I do, but what do you say about doing this stuff instead of you just trying to spread it around? And hopefully he'll be able to do something like this when he gets space enough. And he's pretty interested in watching this stuff. His father and him picked out this ice cream truck, by the way, that they sent me. And he watches my videos. And I think he'd like to do something like this, but they don't have a lot of space where they are. So I'm laying down what looks like grass. This is kind of a burnt mixture blend. I'm going to lay some more on top of it. It's a little coarser, make it look a little more realistic. And then I'll detail it with some shrubbery and some trees or debris or something. We'll figure out something to go back here. This is kind of in between railroad tracks, so it's in between the town and the restaurant as well. What kind of stuff do you find back here? There's the first application. I'm going to spray some alcohol down to break that tension surface. The static tension on top of all of this prevents water from soaking down into the ground cover. And this is the water and glue mixture, so I got to spray that on from a kind of a distance here to make it spray it all. And you see how it beads up? Hate that. I don't know what to do about that. Except that I have that other applicator coming. And I guess it's a good thing this isn't a lawn cover I'm making right now. Another comment, guy thought I should just do this with an eyedropper. And some of these areas are pretty huge to be doing it with an eyedropper. So I don't know, that would take a lot of patience. I'll put something a little coarser down here now. A little more alcohol to break that tension. And some more glue. That ought to do that. Get rid of this masking tape. All right, good. We got that done. Do a little ground cover, some bushes and shrubbery now in places. Not going to do anything along here because I still got to tape off this section of track when I do that. But the rest of it deserves some cover. So I won't bore you with a lot of this, but that's all I'm going to be doing along through here, is kind of covering up the track a little bit. So just let me show you the difference between the way I do this now and the way I used to do it. Was like this, and I just don't like that. I put the ground cover down first and then the ballast, and as you can see, it just spills all over the place. Looks horrible. A little bit is okay, because that would be natural, but this is just, it has to be redone. It's terrible. Then as I went along, I figured out how to do it better, and it looks a little better. And then how to add ground cover too, until it comes out like this. So that's where I am now. All right, Toby and Teddy, that's it for now. Hopefully I talked a little more about how that goes down, and maybe you can get some space of your own sometime. But the town is coming along really nice. I like that. And all of the additions are coming along good. So that's it for this time. Please smack that like button, subscribe, and send it to somebody else so they can take a look at it too. I appreciate you watching, so thanks.